Hello folks, it has been quite a moment, but the likely unrecognized hiatus has come to a fortunate close. I join you today back home in California after stubbornly returning from a lovely summer in the north of Thailand, where I had the opportunity to work with a teaching and ambassadorship program as organized by my university. I thought it would be nice to discuss several ideas regarding my output of content moving forward and toss in some clips from a sunny day out and about so that you might stay marginally more entertained in the meantime. The temple I've included in the introduction shares grounds with the school I assisted at during the week, and it became something of a routine to spend the opening to any afternoon in the restful silence which surrounded the area. On this particular day, I had planned to visit a local landmark which appeared to be an eerily square body of water as according to satellite imagery. It's been a habit recently to seek out unique locations in proximity to where I'm staying and plan an approach to visit them through a considering of maps. We'll see what it looks like as soon as we cover a few bases first. I ought to begin by saying it's been quite a while that I've wanted to take on these sorts of visual projects as a secondary component to the music that I work on, even if in a less developed or less professional context. It's not that I've ever lacked the motivation, inspiration, nor resources to carry out these sorts of projects, but more so that I was focusing on a set of personal ones in the foreground, and never really put enough effort into creating in a secondary medium. I can remember a particular moment from last year where I was visiting a vintage clothing market with my coworker and friend following a workday, and we found a very unique t-shirt with a series of painted lighthouses on it. Rather than stylistic interpretations, these were actual lighthouses collected from different locations along the east coast of the US, and as I have some family in the New England area, I was actually able to recognize some of them. Because of this, I jumped into a pitch for a documentary-style video where an individual would wear the t-shirt and visit each and every one of the lighthouses, taking note of their experience and what they learned about the history and the architecture as they traveled between. Of course, I'm not trying to say that I had some profound experience which should be taken very seriously after confronting a t-shirt with painted lighthouses on it, but I think it served as a silly yet very comforting reminder of the frequency at which we are surrounded by tokens of inspiration. Our ability to transform our surroundings into an opportunity for storytelling is something that's very unique, and I just think that not taking advantage of that as somebody with the ideas that I have and that we all have would be disappointing compared to giving it a try. With that out of the way, we have arrived at our primary destination. I found by consulting a secondary map that the lake was also the home of the Highland Peoples Discovery Museum, a local project dedicated to preserving and showcasing the history, tradition, and culture of a group of local hill tribes to the north of Thailand. Naturally, I wanted to pay the museum a visit, but they had begun their lunch break exactly 7 minutes before my arrival, which of course is a bit unfortunate, but I thought it a great opportunity to walk a clockwise perimeter of the lake and explore the area a bit further. After completing the square, it seemed like a lot of the waterfront shops were temporarily abandoned, leaving a sort of eerie silence to complement the incoming rainstorm. I headed back for the museum entrance as a proper amount of time had passed, and was greeted by the very friendly team of staff members who ushered me inside a cinema where I could watch a film about the contents of the museum's narrative. Now, as I began to make my way through the exhibit, I realized quickly that the museum staff were playing a sort of ambient soundscape throughout basically the entire museum's interior, or at least any of the floors with lots of displays on them. It seemed to simply be a field recording of a jungle or another tropical area, due to the types of insects and animals I could hear, but I realized very quickly that the rainfall I was hearing wasn't part of the soundscape at all, and I suppose it was revealed to me in a rather aggressive manner as well. As I waited for my taxi to arrive with the rain picking up outside, I enjoyed conversing more with the museum staff. They were very enthusiastic about teaching me some brand new Thai vocabulary, and we exchanged contact information so that we could stay in touch in the future as well. As I felt a little odd about filming them, I just took a clip of me signing the museum guest book, and afterwards they showed me around some areas on the first floor. Now, as much as it helps me to connect better with the memory, this sort of reflective tone is not quite the one that I wanted to end the video with. I think I'm just going to toss in some Oscar Peterson for a tonal reset, and we can finish up from here. Thank you for tuning in to this little update. It should hopefully mark the beginning of a series of videos I've been wanting to tackle for ages now, alongside any new ideas as they might originate. Hopefully you'll find some sense of joy or comfort through the video projects that are soon to arrive, or hopefully you'll find some sense of excitement for the 2 albums that I've written and I'm yet to finish recording. So, lots on the horizon, as they say. Cheers, and let's get started.